So what happens to all this stuff that not even thrift stores can sell? It ends up at a place called the outlet bins. But sometimes you can find treasure in that trash, or a diamond amongst the filth. Each episode, we dive into the bins to find the strange, the crazy, or the interesting in an attempt to discover if it was truly worthy of being rescued from the bins.
So I found a donut to go case with a padlock and no key.
You think there's still a donut in there?
There very well might be.
So that is just a hard plastic case to hold a single donut.
It's kind of like those plastic cases for avocados and bananas.
Or bananas.
But a more Portland version.
It's got vent holes.
It does. It has passive ventilation system, which is just holes.
Do you think you would get 5 cents off your donut if you brought that to Voodoo? You're like,
I brought my own bag. Oh, can you see inside?
I can confirm that there is no donut.
No, not even a sprinkle. No.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks whoever padlocked the donut to go holder together.
Let me ask you a question. Do either of you know who Dick Curtis is?
I do not.
Not really.
I didn't either, and that's what we have here. It is an album called Well Now by Trooper Dick Curtis.
Trooper Dick Curtis.
Allow me to read you a little bit on the back. I remember it very clearly. I was standing on a highway outside of Portland looking up at the funny face of a truck driver named Vern, and I was saying, well now, where are you fellas going with all that beer?
What? Is this a spoken word?
No, it's
album?
primarily songs.
What? That's even more confusing.
This plus this doesn't equal music.
So at this point, you now have all the information I had when somehow I decided this was worth a purchase.
I didn't need anything else other than that cover.
There is more to this story, but before we get to the rest of the story,
we gotta hear this.
Let's listen to the first track, Well Now, probably his biggest hit.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's where we all know him from.
Well now, where are you fellas going with all that beer? Just as nice as most folks till it comes to this here state. So do yourself a favor, boys. Turn around. It ain't too late.
Try to figure out in your mind, like, what is going on with this?
Who is the audience for this?
Where are you fellas going with all that beer?
Is it country music fans?
Hey, why you got it running?
Is it?
Why don't you turn that rig around?
So this almost seems like
there's other states that might
a movie tie-in. Like this is a movie character. All of the pictures on the back are like production stills from a movie. And like this is the well-known...
Like Ernie goes to camp.
Ernest goes totally. This is totally country Ernest.
Actually, you're very much on the right track with your line of thinking. In order for this album to have sold in 1980, it was relying fully on context and assuming that everyone that saw this would know exactly what it was and they would want to buy it.
Right.
I said, well now, where you going with all that beer? No, back it up. No, back it up. I said back it all the way to Los Angeles. That's what you gotta do. They won't even notice.
I have nothing.
One of the best things about Oregon is that, well, it's got a lot of good folks. We do get a bad apple now and again, though. Like you take my niece, Rita McCann. Her husband, her second husband, the one she got rid of, he was a weirdo we didn't need.
What is happening?
Now, I'm not one to get all excited. I'm seldom tense and I'm never uptight. But there is just one thing that really makes me mad. That's sewing machines, them nickel and dimers, them out of order and work one-timers, them...
So let's start to unpack this.
Yeah.
What is going on?
So I was hoping, when I bought this, that it was just straight up in stand-up comic in Oregon and he had a trooper routine. And that's not quite what this is. So, history time. We need to watch this advertisement from 1978, maybe. So the Blitz Weinhard Beer Company, they started this ad campaign to try and push back on the expansion of the large, 2 or 3 breweries that were sort of taking over as when, America's, all the different regional beers were kind of collapsing. So this was their ad campaign to fight back.
Hey Earl, how come we're taking this whole load of beer up to Oregon? Don't they have enough beer in Oregon?
Oh, it ain't that, Vern. I think it's probably we got too much beer in California. Uh-oh.
Hey, Devon Trucking, all of you truckers out there, and you're listening to KLAD, Flava Falls.
Where you fellas going with all that beer?
Oregon, here.
Well, you know this is the home of Bliss Weinhardt,
Uh-huh,
and it's brewed naturally without artificial ingredients.
uh-huh,
Is it yours?
uh-uh.
Well then, why would you fellas be bringing a whole load of that beer up here to Oregon?
Earl here says probably because we got too much beer in California.
If you're thinking about a better beer, think about Oregon's beer. There's no better beer than the beer from here.
Earl, want to try Idaho?
The best country in the country and the country's best beer.
Wow. So, did this guy just hijack this character and catchphrase and run with it, or was this part of the campaign?
I do not believe it was part of the campaign. Nowhere on the record does it say Blitz Weinhard, does it say...
There must be further adventures. He's in an airplane here.
I think those are probably just photos they took for the album. From what I've been able to tell, Dick Curtis was a local actor in Portland, and he had minor bits and roles until this commercial came out when he became a household name with his catchphrase, "Well now." And they even gave him
believe you.
They even gave him his own variety show on Coin.
What?
Wow.
For a short time.
Energy. I have a lot, and I'm blessed with that because it allows me to do this 6 shows a day here.
Ready and roll it. Fade up cue. Point Mr. Kelly toward the microphone. Thank you. Ready?
I think we need to resurrect Trooper Dick Curtis as a local folk hero.
Like just getting a shirt with just that guy on it.
Yeah, and maybe
Like a
it says,
two-tone,
and maybe it says "Well,
"Well
now."
now."
So now you know the rest of the story.
Wow, that is... I wonder if
I
anyone still holds the copyright to this.
Can't believe that on a whim I picked this up and it ended up being what it was.
Ironically, it is copyright 1980 Dick Curtis Productions.
Produced in Los Angeles.
Produced in Los Angeles, California.
But now I want a t-shirt that says "Well now."
So I wonder what it would take to get Trooper Dick Curtis to sign our album.
There was a signed copy on eBay.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna keep this, and I really like your... I'm gonna see if I can make Dick Curtis popular again.
That would be cool. We could do little keychain figures of Dick Curtis.
His time has come.
His time has come back. Wow. Well, let's hear it for Dick Curtis.
Yay!
There we go.
Well now, where are you fellas going with all that beer?
So, for your athletic needs, finger weights. Maximize hand performance. So there's a set of 10. We have 3 of them. These retail for $55.
From where?
From fingerweights.com. And so what these are missing is
scientific accuracy, research.
So the website shows that there's like lead weights that go in these little slots. Oh, it looks like yours has.
Mine has.
Oh,
one.
yours has one.
Oh,
Yeah, mine-
yeah.
Mine
Yours
is
is
not.
empty.
I got nothing.
You can swap them out.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you work your way up, if you want to get stronger, you got to pick up a bigger weight.
Todd and I instinctively go for the pinky markers for the most.
So
work.
this is literally just a series of weights that sold for $50.
$55. Here's a review by rheumatologist voted
Quacky
top-
McQuackerston.
My first thought was, great idea. Now,
Mine too!
now I use them myself and on my patients.
I thought there would maybe like this is an infomercial thing where you make fun of the idea, but it's really for people with disabilities that you're, you know. This is not one of those things.
No.
Wow, that's really, really, really stupid.
Thanks, Mark.
Made in the USA.
I can't believe Goodwill would even try to charge $20 for this. You're lucky they were gone though, because you're buying by weight. at the
This
bins.
is true.
Hi, I'm Greg Irwin, creator of Finger Fitness. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your hands.
Well, my last journey to the bins was one of musical delight. This is a music box. So it is a programmable
Wow.
music box that there's different little pegs that you can use.
It's a great desk item for people to ask, what is that?
It'd be kind of a cool, like, metal, to have a nice copper one.
I did just notice, though, that this would have the ability to do chords. I guess you have to push them in pretty
Yeah, you gotta push them in.
far.
Yes.
It's the most
Like an
anticlimactic
orchestra.
plink ever. Oh. Yeah, it's almost satisfying, but not quite.
Yeah.
That was
That's
kind of
fun.
fun. And going along the musical route, I found the game Noteability. This is a little piano, but each card has a couple different types. They have oldies, pops, and standards, which all of
Cool.
these by this point are oldies. Let me try one. So it's the Name That Tune game.
Okay.
I have no.
Did I just get rickrolled?
That is the Purple People Eater.
Give me this thing.
Okay. That's don't don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay, let's try this old religious tune.
The intro to David and Goliath.
It is. Did you ever watch Davey and Goliath?
No.
Really? Davey and Goliath was a clay. You've probably seen parodies of it. A claymation kid show with a boy and his dog. His dog's name was Goliath, and it was by the Lutheran Hour. And it was a little religious. And it started off with "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God." All right, Mark. By the dragon, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yes.
Oh!
Lives by the sea.
I almost said my heart will go on, but... You are my sunshine?
This land is your land. Yes! Close.
This is actually not a bad game.
You know when you go to a bar and they have like a pile of board games over in the corner? This would be a fun one.
Excuse me, I brought my own. Notability, anyone?
We Schmickler sisters love to relax with this great nameless song game called Noteability. Just play the numbers on the card, and the players have to guess the tune. If I only had a brain,
Noteability. 600 songs and piano included.
How do we want to end it?
Well, now.
Well, now, where are you fellas going with all that beer? Hey, while you got it running, why don't you turn that rig around? I have no doubt the market's out there just